I'm Hunter, trying to make my first ever YouTube video out here in the beautiful Appalachian Mountains. Let's get out there and Braai Bushcraft.
Out here life feels strong, not weak. Smoke grows lazy over coals so red. Meat starts singing, worries dead. Far from noise, from road.
Alrighty, this is gonna be my home for tonight. Right here. Cheers. Oh, man, that's good. Yeah, so all the wood is a little damp, clammy, but I'm going to try my best to see if I can get a flint and steel fire going. The hardest part is going to be to make the little tinder bundle. You got to break these pieces up very thin, and then you got to rub them and make them into, you know, a bird's nest. I'll try and see if I can get a little angle on that for you. You know, pretty much I need to just separate it, bend it over, and then we gotta work on it. Now this little part is that last one's out, that's already almost dust, so that's fantastic. So what I need to do is expose the fibers. And you can see that, expose as much fibers as I can, as much surface area as I can, and then pretty much fold it over, break it down. You see, that's what I'm looking for, all those fibers in there to try and have a lot of surface area to work with. You see, that's what I'm looking for, that little stringy stuff. So that's perfect. That is what. But that's what you're trying to do is, you know, rub it together like this, grab a next part, rub it together like this, exposing tons and tons of fibers. I've got smaller and bigger pieces, which is what I'm trying to do, because I want some of it to catch immediately and some of it to burn just a little bit longer. I'm trying to see if I can make a flint and steel fire. Obviously this is my char cloth can, little Altoids tin, and I've got some char cloth that I've already made in here. So let's see if we can get it done. go. There we go. You can see that. Right there. Look at that. Ta-da! Now I'm getting really hungry. This is where the braai part of everything comes in. That's what we need. We're going to be making some, this is almost like a steak and cheese sandwich on the fire tonight. It's going to be amazing. Yes, this battery's rock hard. I even had it next to the fire. I probably have to go and warm this up again. Jesus. Let's get that bread in there. There we go. Not quite. It's getting there. There we go. That is why you use your damn gloves. Golly, almost burned a hole through my flipping hand. everybody, the moment I've definitely been waiting for, hopefully you as well, has arrived. Oh man, it looks so good. Garlic. Amazing. So the last thing I'm making here for the day is a cup of rooibos tea. It is absolutely amazing. It is from Africa. It's got zero caffeine in it, tons of antioxidants, and it tastes awesome. So it's a perfect nightcap. So I'll be enjoying that next. And then it's time to wrap up for the night. I'm using this little jet boil, which I'm quite amazed to see it's even working now, but it most definitely won't be working tomorrow morning. It will be way too cold for the gas, so I'll be making coffee on the fire tomorrow morning. Obviously you've got to add a little bit of honey to the whole thing. This might take a minute because my honey is also frozen solid. I actually brought this milk with because I'm going to need this tomorrow morning. I'm trying to close the cap with one hand while I'm holding the phone with the other. So stupid. Anyhow, yes, I am going to use it. So what I'm going to have to do is put the milk with me in my bed, otherwise it'll be frozen solid tomorrow morning. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. Just quickly, this is what it's all about. Just being able to, all the work is done, the food is made, shelter is built, cleanup is done. I can just sit here for a minute and just enjoy life, being outside, being outdoors, listening to the creek running besides me, listening to the fire crackling next to me. Man, it's amazing. I'm gonna get a great night's sleep, looking up at the stars. It's so beautiful. I wish you could see them. I tried to take a picture earlier. I don't know if you'll be able to see it well, but should be able to give you a little bit of an idea. But man, just to be outside and be in nature, this is really what it's all about, Right, I just added the final wood to the fire for the night. Gotta get warm. Man, it is getting cold out here. And yeah, I might have underestimated a little bit how cold it is tonight, but it's no worries. I'll show you guys when I'm in the tent, what I've got, what I got going. There we go. I know this looks very stupid, but I gotta get my feet warm before I go to bed, because my toes and my feet is freezing. Alright everybody, just the last quick recap for the night. This is of course inside my tent, as you can see. I just thought I'd quickly run you through a couple of things that I keep inside my tent. Now that little bag over there is what I call my filming bag, which is really funny because I've never filmed anything in my life, but it's pretty much got battery galore in. I have a lot of backup battery and power banks and stuff, and don't even need it. Always keep my knife in my tent. I just think that's clever. Of course, my axe. This is my pride and joy. Just look at this grain. You can't beat that, right? Golly, love it. And keep that in my tent. Another thing I do is I always keep a pair of slip-ons next to me, because as you get closer, older in life, your chances are that you're going to get up more and more in the night. So the last thing you want to do, because your shoes, of course, like these Solomons, they insulate you a bit. So obviously what happens is you get your feet will get wet in it, and after during the night, that shoe's going to freeze like a block of ice. And last thing you want to do is get up in the middle of the night. Now you got to put those boots back on. It is just super bad. So easy quick slip on is always handy. Of course I always have my SOE bag with me, my battery bank, and this little bag. Man, this is one of my must-haves in life. So I've got my leather gloves here, Little first aid kit. Got a tourniquet in and everything. Centerline Systems makes this. It's just phenomenal. This kit obviously has my water in, so I'm trying to see, you know, keep it a little warmer inside. But this bag has also got a lot of backup tools in a small saw, little knife, fire kit, some coffee, you know, just a few basic elements. Of course, also in the back here, my grill goes in there as well too. And of course the milk. Try and see where I'm going to put this block of ice in the night. Keep it from freezing. Now, this has got to be the stupidest thing that I've ever seen in my life. You got to stare at a light in the middle of the night. You can't see if you're even in the screen or not, but I'm hoping I am. It's the last couple of thoughts, you know. I was thinking earlier, you know, about a few things as I was sitting around the fire. And, you know, the reality is, there's a lot of things, you know, the way that I got into all of this is, you know, just watching YouTube videos, reading a few books, and, you know, obviously some TV shows and stuff. And there's a lot of professionals out there, people that really know their stuff. You know, it seems to me like on YouTube also, like every person is either a, you know, is a Navy SEAL or a Marine or, you know, a survival specialist or something like that. But I'm just a normal dude. I'm sure that if you watch the video all the way up until now, you've obviously realized that this is a non-professional channel. I'm trying to reach out to just normal people out there that just, you know, seen some stuff and want to try it out for themselves. And that's really what this channel is about, having fun, not being a professional, but, you know, just having a good time out there and learning, you know, learning your skills. And of course, you know, anybody that watches this video, that sees things that I do wrong, please tell me about it. I'd love to correct it. I'd love to learn. That is the purpose of my channel. Have fun, learn, get better. Thinking about pros, last couple of things I was thinking earlier is, you know, pros always tell you, you know, you got to one layer at the bottom is worth to one top. So, you know, I've got that pretty well covered. One thing I did forget though is I was going to bring a reflective, you know, pad to battle, what is it called? Convection. I think it's called conduction. You know, battle my body training down at night. I did not get that. So that's a bit of an issue. Other thing they say is, you know, your clothes should be suitable to keep you alive and safe and warm enough. So pretty much when you go to bed, you take your outer layer off, you put a blanket or whatever over in its place, and you're good to go as is. Unfortunately, in my case, that is not the case. I definitely am not wearing enough clothes. I mean, you can't tell here, but let me see. Hang on. Unless we're wearing a t-shirt, a super thin little, what's this thing? Kind of a Wrangler, and then this is a short sleeve. It doesn't even have sleeves, and then a little what do you call this? Whatever you call this, hoodie. Go over all of it, and that's it. And then my pants, just normal pants. It's got a little bit of a shell on the outside, which is sort of weatherproof, but it does have a bit of a lining on the inside, so hopefully that's going to do the job. But I'm not able to even take a layer off. I don't think I have enough. I don't think I have enough layers on to be fine for the night. Other thing is, I just remembered my tent has actually got a 4-season layer, which is supposed to put in to keep you actually warm in the night. And guess what? I didn't put it in, and it's about 11:30 now at night. I am not getting up right now. I'm going to change it. So yeah, I'm going to just have to live with it. Same with the pad. You know, my wife and kids dropped me off here, so you know, I'm not going to phone them 11:30 at night to bring me a, you know, reflective pad. I'm just going to have to go with it. I don't know if you can see this, but even your breath inside the tent is pretty cold. I mean, you can see the tent here. I don't know if you can see this from this angle, but you know, it is just netting, so it is open all the way through, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, all the way. So fantastic if you want to get a bit of fresh air for the summertime, but it ain't gonna give me any protection. The wind blows, it's gonna blow in here, the air is gonna move through here. But it'll be okay. What I do have is one thing. I always carry this little bag with me, which is really fantastic Try and see if I can get it pulled off here. Of course, a waterproof bag, waterproof zip, so that's really cool. Keeps it dry. But I do have a pair of course I'm trying to do everything with one hand. Do have a pair of dry, clean wool socks, so I'll be putting that on. And then I also have a beanie, which you always need when it's really cold. Helicon Tex, I think. Yep, it's a merino wool beanie. And then I also have a pair of gloves to go with that. So also wool gloves. So I'll be putting all of those on. You're supposed to take your socks off before you put these socks on, dry socks on before you go to bed. But since I've got my feet all dried up at the fire, I don't think that's necessary. I'm going to just put these socks over that sock, stuff my pant leg in there, hope for the best. And then I do also have, I actually forgot I even have this here, but yeah, just a pair of military gloves, a pair of military, the fingerless ones, which I could have probably used earlier tonight, but anyhow. Alright everybody, unless anything exciting happens, I will see you again in the morning. Good morning everybody. Believe it or not, it's almost 8 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at 2. I had to take a quick restroom break and made it all the way till now. Pretty cold still, but I had just enough stuff to be good. Only change, 2 changes. I would definitely put the 4-season thing on the tent, and then bring an empty bottle with me to the tent in case I need it in the night. Besides that, we're good to go. Time to go get up, make a fire, and some coffee. I was going to film the sunrise view this morning, but as you can see, I'm in like a holler here, and you can't actually see the sunrise much at all. What you can see, if I can walk over here, is nice and cool, because we've got some new ice that formed inside the see if I can get that in there. The new ice that formed in the little stream. It's too cold for the lighter to work. That's fantastic. I'm hoping I can get this thing to work. Obviously I need to make a lot more than that. Yeah, it's so stupid. It's too cold for the lighter to work. Hopefully, luckily I've got this little fire stool with me. Hopefully I can get the fire on with that. Problem is when your hands are so cold you can't do anything. So I've got a little fatwood here, which I brought with for emergency. Without even having to chop them down, it's just too cold. You can see the color of my fingers. There we go. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and finally I see the sunrise. I'm sure you guys can see that. Golly, beautiful. Time for breakfast. We'll make a little scramble this morning. The wind is howling, as I'm sure you can see in the pictures, so it's a little bit of a mess. Of course, the sun is coming from this side, so that'll mess up my shoot there as well too. I don't even know if you can see anything, but we're hoping for the best. I've got a little bit of steak left from last night. Just throwing that in there. Get this through. Don't even know if you can see that, but maybe you can. Breakfast of champions. Need some salt. I'm not going to hold back on the salt. A little bit of pepper. Fresh egg from our own chickens. Obviously got to do this with one hand. All right, moment of truth. Oh yeah, baby. It's perfect. Oh yeah. Yes, I love it. See if I can get this thing swinged around. Maybe get my hand out from the camera. Oh, it's so good. Oh, perfect. Alrighty, time for a little coffee. All right, everybody. I was just sitting here enjoying my coffee, which is really good. And I was thinking, how do I stop this thing? You know, at the end of the day, at some stage, I gotta go home. I want to go home. You know, I miss my wife and my beautiful girls at home, and I have to say thank you to my 4 girls for giving me this opportunity to be out here and try and build a better life for us. It's again time away from them, but I thought I'd end up just sharing for you guys. I know it looks weird. I'm trying to see the sun. I got this. I'm trying to see the sun, and because if you go back, then I think it's a glare. I don't know. Anyway, I thought I'd end off with just sharing with you guys a little bit about why I'm starting this channel and why I chose the name Braai Bushcraft. And it's very simple. I've been on the road now working really hard for 28 years, and my girls have made a lot of sacrifice. I've got 3 beautiful daughters and my wife, and they've made a lot of sacrifices for me to work hard to try and build a good life for us. And what I want to do is very simply, Carly, I hope this wind is not horrible on the mic. There's nothing I can do about it when this is stupid. Anyway, so I want to be home more. I want to try and find an extra income stream that I can use, that I am able to, do, which I can do from home. Unfortunately, I'm a little technologically behind. I'm still living in the previous century. I don't have a laptop or, anything really. Phone for me is simple. You phone on it and you might send a text and watch a YouTube video. That's about the extent of it. Let's try to see. Oh, my word. That's about the extent of it. So, for me to make a video is a very weird thing, but we're going to give it a shot and see what we can do to do a good job with it. In conclusion, why did I choose these fields? I figured, that to be able to monetize the channel, build it into something, is going to take at least 12 to 24 months. So if I'm going to do anything for the next 12 to 24 months that I'm not going to get paid for, make any money from, and got to sacrifice, time away from my family to do so, it has to be something that I love. So the Braai part is very simple. I'm from a VO state base in South Africa. Now I live in America, up here in the beautiful Appalachian Mountains in Virginia. And one thing we do in our culture is we braai. It's in our soul. It's in our DNA. It's a sacred thing we do. We braai.
You know, if we are super happy, we braai. If we're sad, we braai. You know, after a wedding or a birthday, we'll braai. You know, after a funeral, we'll braai. So it's one thing we always do. You know, if your sport team wins, we're gonna have a braai, and if they lose, we're gonna have a braai. And the great thing about a braai is anywhere in the world you are. You know, I'm far away from what I'm used to growing up. Being out here in America, I can light a fire and I can have a braai, and I can be right at home. And that's really amazing. On the bushcraft side of it, it couldn't be simpler. As I said last night, quickly a reference to it. I am not a professional. There's nothing professional about this channel. This is the non-professional channel, the Know Nothing channel. I want to reach out to normal people that does not know everything like me, and I want to try and learn and get better. And if you know better, please let me know. I'll be happy to learn, and hopefully if you watch this channel in the future, you know, you're going to get a chance to you know, see me get better at what I do and have tons of adventures and fun in the meanwhile. But the point is that to braai and bushcraft is two things that I absolutely love to do, and because of that, you know, this is the two things I can do for fun, have fun while doing it, and still have a good time in the process as well too. I know at this point of the video people will normally say something like, hey, over here is going to pop up something for you to watch, but there's nothing else to watch. This is the first ever video, so there's nothing there to watch. And they also have fancy outros, which I also don't have. So simply, I'm just going to say this. If you watched all the way to here, you've pretty much watched the whole video. And I just want to say thank you so much. There's most definitely something wrong with you, which means you're in great company, because there's definitely something wrong with me. And I appreciate you watching, and hopefully you'll watch another video in the future. And if you do, you know, I'd appreciate that as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.
Braai and bushcraft side by side, by the fire, brother, take your time.